Welcome to Middle East Minute by Al Monitor. From our studio in New York, I'm Adam Lucente. Here are the headlines we're looking at across the region. Today is Thursday, August 27th, 2026. Qatari Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed Al-Thani visited Tehran on Thursday for talks with Iranian officials as diplomatic efforts to end the war and reopen Hormuz ramp up. A Qatari government spokesperson said Thani would discuss dialogue, de-escalation, and freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. An Iranian spokesperson said bilateral relations and Qatar's mediation efforts were on the agenda. The visit is the third by a senior regional official to Tehran this week, after Pakistani Army Chief of Staff Field Marshal Asim Munir and Omani Foreign Minister Badr el-Busaidi. Reopening Hormuz is crucial for Qatar, with Reuters reporting that the country's liquefied natural gas exports have fallen 96% since the war began, resulting in losses of $24 billion. Sheikh Mohammed also held a call with Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan on Wednesday to discuss the situation in the region. And an Iranian army spokesperson said on Wednesday that they want updates from Qatar on the fate of 3 missing Iranian pilots whose jets were shot down over the Gulf state in March. The pro-Yemeni government National Resistance Forces said their navy seized Iranian weapons headed for the Houthis in the Red Sea on Wednesday evening. Earlier, the group said its drones carried out new strikes against the Iran-backed Houthis south of Hodeidah, marking the latest signs of escalations in Yemen. The New York Times reported on Wednesday that Saudi Arabia appears to be preparing for a new war against the Houthis that would focus on weakening the group and pressuring them into a deal with the Saudi-backed government, following weeks of attacks against the kingdom and its Yemeni allies. The previous Saudi-led intervention in Yemen from 2015 to 2022 failed to defeat the Houthis and resulted in widespread criticism of Riyadh on humanitarian grounds. The U.S. designated the British activist group Palestine Action as terrorists on Wednesday as part of what U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called an increased focus on far-left extremists. Palestine Action was similarly prescribed as a terrorist organization in the United Kingdom last year after its 2024 raid on a factory operated by Israeli defense manufacturer Elbit Systems. Al Monitor's Amberin Zaman wrote on Wednesday that many Syrian Kurds see the dissolution of the Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, as a capitulation, as it ends the more than a decade of strong autonomy Kurds enjoyed in northeast Syria. At the same time, she noted the increased political representation and rights of Kurds in the new Syrian government, pointing to reports that senior northeast Syrian administrator Ilham Ahmed will receive a seat in parliament, and Kurds will be able to teach their language in schools. Read her full analysis on almonitor.com. In other news, Syrian President Ahmed Ashara was filmed making a payment via a Visa card on Wednesday, indicating the effects of sanctions relief on Syria's economy. For years, such a transaction was impossible in the country due to Western sanctions, which have now been rescinded. The Lebanese army said it seized rockets being smuggled from Syria on Wednesday, and Lebanon and the United Arab Emirates signed 5 memoranda of understanding on Wednesday during the ongoing visit by a senior Emirati economic delegation. And Iraq summoned the Iranian ambassador on Wednesday over posts by Iranian officials referring to the, quote, Persian Gulf waterway. Thanks for listening to Middle East Minute. For the links to these stories and to keep up with headlines from across the region, visit almonitor.com and subscribe to Middle East Minute on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, I'm Adam Lucente.